Wet dreams, masturbation, and porn. Mom slams explicit sex education videos being taught in Ohio middle schools to kids as young as 10. An Ohio middle school is using a controversial program that compares pornography to superhero movies and shows cartoon children masturbating to teach health and sex education to students as young as 10. AMAZE is an online resource that creates YouTube videos using animated characters to discuss sex, masturbation, pornography, and the spectrum of gender. Mom Kiki Fuchser has slammed the Tallmadge City School District.
Smash that like button, leave a comment, push
Fucking
me in
Ohio.
the
Ohio seems to be like a nuclear testing ground right now, man. After she was asked to sign a health education consent form for her 5th grade daughter. Upon closer inspection of the syllabus for grades 5 to 8 provided by her daughter's middle school, she stumbled upon explicit videos of children being taught about masturbation. How many times can a person masturbate in one day on the AMAZE channel? This is like what I would talk about on stream, right? Absolutely not children's content. 420,000 views. An animated young boy masturbates and moans before being interrupted by an adult voice at the door, and he responds, "I'm coming." In one of the clips titled, "How many times can a person masturbate?" I just read that, they doubled up on the text. The video includes a child asking about why his penis stands up sometimes throughout the day, and notes that girls also have a private part that they may want to touch because it feels nice. The clitoris. There's no way you can convince me that a 10-year-old boy knows what the clitoris is when there's whole-ass adult men who don't. Like, please, come on. Please, come on. Didn't we see this site before? I already went down that road. Elsewhere, the video states that there is no limit on the number of times a person can masturbate each day. The clip features in the hashtag AskAmaze section of AMAZE.org's YouTube channel. While the syllabus vows to only show 5th graders videos from the junior section of the website, no such commitment is made for students in grades 6 to 8. Ms. Fuchser told Daily Mail that the school won't be able to police what videos the children do and don't watch from the AMAZE program once they introduce it as a sex education resource. Does this show the video?
Parents, this video is for you. It is imperative that we pay attention to what is going on in our schools. I got a permission slip recently from my daughter's school, and we live in a fairly conservative area next to Akron, Ohio. The permission slip was for her to attend health class. Mind you, she is in 5th grade. It had the syllabus on there and a link to show you what material she will be learning. I did some research, and you will be astounded, oh my gosh, blown away by what they are trying to teach my 5th grader. Watch this.
This is where, like, some people will be like, but this isn't happening in real life. It's only happening some places online, and you think it's happening in more places because you're terminally online, you chud. And it's just like, well, if they're making children's YouTube channels with all of these resources to teach children, where the fuck do you think the children are getting taught at? Like, come on, dude. There's a hard limit for men on that subject, Kirsche. Even chemical health cannot overcome this. What do you mean?
Video. It is absolutely disgusting.
Yes, yes, come on, yes, oh yes. Aha! What are you doing there? You've had an apple one day. You'll go blind.
What parent notices their kid masturbating and goes, "You've had enough cock play for one day"? No parent talks like that. No parent talks like... Also, yeah, the lotion in the corner of his desk, dude.
I'm coming! How many times is too many to masturbate in one day? Hashtag AskAmaze! There's no limit on the number of times a person can masturbate each day. I have another question. Sometimes my penis stands up in the air.
What the fuck? I wish I could pause this without it showing a thumbnail, because that goofy child looks real fucked up. Hashtag neck yourself. She's so angry. She's right to be angry. They were gonna show this shit to her daughter and just hope that she didn't look up what it was.
And it feels good when I touch it.
When your penis stands up, it's called an erection. Girls also have a private part that they may want to touch because it feels nice. The clitoris. It's okay.
Mind you, I'm reminding you, the video is for 5th graders. And we, on the right, are saying that the left is trying to over-sexualize our children. This is exactly what we're talking about. And they want to gaslight us and pretend that it's not happening. In what
I think we've moved past the pretending it's not happening phase, right? A couple of years ago, we've definitely moved past that, and now they're just like, well, it is happening, but it's a good thing. Don't you want your children to know, like, what to actually expect? That's a good thing.
What world does a 5th grader need to learn how to masturbate? Now, this is just the beginning. They start in 5th grade and they work their way up. Here are just some of the videos that are on this AMAZE website.
I like how the news cycle is 2 months behind me, by the way. This is kind of nuts. It feels crazy. I'm just a brain-damaged anime fox woman. I was talking about this in June.
I encourage you to go check them out yourself. This is not the only website that they will use to teach our children as well. The sad part is, in order to get federal funding, they have to do these programs.
When you're born, your sex is assigned
Oh my
in a
god, it's
medical
literally the video that we were watching! That's crazy. That's crazy.
way, but the sex listed on your birth certificate may not necessarily match your gender identity.
Gender identity is a person's inner experience of who they are in terms of gender. Their deep personal sense of being male, female, a blend of both, or neither.
And while many people have a gender identity that's the same as their assigned birth sex of female or male, that's not always the case, because gender exists on a spectrum. Like transgender, which means a person whose gender identity is not consistent with their assigned birth sex. Non-binary, which means a person whose identity doesn't fall in the category of either male or female. And genderqueer or gender fluid, which means a person who does not identify themselves as having a specific gender at all.
Does gender identity have to do with being straight or gay?
Actually, no. Gender identity has to do with the way you feel about yourself, while sexual orientation
Stop
is based on
predicting
the
the
way you
future,
feel
Fox
toward
woman.
others. The people.
I'll stop predicting the future when people start listening to me.
Luckily, in Ohio, you can opt out. I don't know about other states. You'll have to dig into that further. I found on Ohio Protects Children a opt-out form. I'm going to show it right here for you. So this form I sent to my principal and assistant principal. They got back to me and said that my daughter will not be attending any health classes whatsoever. Now, mind you, I'll have to do this every single year, every single grade, but I don't mind. The only thing that sucks is I know that other students are going to attend this class, and maybe my daughter will ask them, well, what was the class about? So inevitably, I can't keep her from this because of the public school system. And this reason...
And this is by design. It's very hard to homeschool nowadays because both parents typically have to work in order to support a household. Which is, again, by design. They made it so that the family unit was torn apart. They made it so that it was almost impossible for women to actually be stay-at-home wives in the current economic states for the last several decades, even. And now, it's even worse. So now, if you want to homeschool your kids, you have to make some pretty stringent cuts or figure out a way to make money from home. Everything has been anti-family. Yeah, the state wants to take care of your kids so they can pump it full of propaganda.
Alone is why I am running for school board in Ohio this upcoming election.
Hell yeah, I hope she gets on.
Parents, please pay attention to what is going on in our schools. If we are not aware, this will continue. Also, don't forget to share this with a friend. A lot of parents really don't know what's going on, and I don't blame you for that whatsoever, but after watching this video, you have to get informed.
Very much so. I'm glad that she's going for the school board, because that's how you combat this kind of shit. That's how you combat this kind of shit. You gotta actually get your nose in there. Stalin was more pro-family than modern leftists. Unfortunately so. Unfortunately so. It's just a little crazy that it's come full circle to this. It's come full circle. You don't have to learn how to pull the turtle. You learned it the old-fashioned way. It's like, yeah, I feel like it would be really fucking weird if I had a teacher being like, let me tell you how to rub your clitoris in order to feel good. Like, why? Why? You stop that. You stop that. That's weird. And then just do it like this. You're 19. You're gonna learn women go to a strip club? What are you talking about? What are you talking? You wouldn't take someone to a strip club to learn about women. I feel like you might have a little damage, dude. Quick, Kirsche, look at that opt-out form. Look at the categories. Look at the categories. Look at the categories of the opt-out form. How did that man read the categories? That was so fast. I do not is it this part? I do not consent to my child's participation in any instruction or discussion on human sexuality, which is derived in whole or in part from, contains information from, or references to the following sources: the National Sexuality Education Standards Future of Sex Education Initiative, a Sex, etc., GCAP Flash, ETR Inc., Health Smart, Making a Difference, Draw the Line, Advocates for Youth, 3Rs, Answer, the Trevor Project, CKIS, a Sex Ed for Social Change, PREP, wait, isn't that the, like, AIDS medication? The PrEP thing? Planned Parenthood, including active videos like Rue Video Library, the Human Rights Campaign, the Kinsey Institute, what? GLSEN, the Gay Lesbian Straight Education Network, what? The Gay Straight Alliance.
Can't keep her from this because...
the Guttmacher Institute, I've never even heard of that one, AMAZE.org, or any SEL programs, including but not limited to Brain Pop, Sanford Harmony, Purpose Prep, Second Steps, and Edgenuity, Rethink Ed, 7 Mindsets. Interesting. Interesting. There's a lot, dude. There's a lot of these fucking weird-ass companies. I do not consent to my child being given instruction or information on or being subjected to abortion, birth control, sexual activity of any kind whatsoever, sexual orientation, transgenderism, any referral of my child to a counselor, medical professional, social worker within or outside the school for purposes of discussing sexuality or any of the topics listed herein, any written material, any obscene or harmful material. This is pretty comprehensive, honestly. The Trevor Project grooms kids, literally. Yeah. What's remarkable is that the data shows that people are actually becoming less sex-focused and not more. Teenagers are abstaining from sex in unheard-of numbers. A substantial number of females have never masturbated, and that's bad. And let me tell you why that's bad. Because we're in a population decline. We're in a, why would you have kids? Having kids bad kind of term. I don't see in current life any sort of hookup culture receding. Hookup culture is booming. Absolutely booming. It's people getting together and having responsible sex that is not really happening. Holy shit, how? There's a whole lot of leftoid cult nonsense. There's blatant political propaganda, brainwashing of children. Welcome! Welcome, this has been happening for decades. You missed the train. Here's making up for Unclean Poppy. Thank you for the 500 biddies. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I don't think any of these children should be being taught about it. Far from it. But I think you might be putting a cart before a horse there, Proctor. That take your son to a strip club when he's of age, usually as soon as he's 18, is a rite of passage in Latam, maybe some other places, so maybe you read that one guy and didn't know what he meant by that. I can understand it as a rite of passage, but it's not going to teach you anything about women. It's not going to teach you anything, really. It's just for you to go there and look at titties. The consent form had a whole bunch of other stuff like DEI, white fragility, CRT, and so forth. Hot damn. Hot damn.